Okay, so we're back at it with another one of these little guys right here. Um, I'm just gonna show you how to do a basic little tutorial on how to, make a small little animation with like very little to no skill whatsoever. It's gonna be fantastic. So don't even trip, dog. So yeah. First off, I have like a little blueprint. As you can see, the blue lines underneath it. That's all like pre-planned. So like I just start off just with a simple motion. Once again, like this is supposed to be with no skill, so that's why I didn't show that part. Because if you have skills, you don't you yeah. But basically, it's just a planning process. So yeah. So yeah, here I am just making the outlines for the character itself, and I am very loosely doing this. The only skill that you would probably need is what's what I'm looking for? Just the ability to move your hand. So yeah, like here I'm just making a simple little like just character. I decided with a dog because dogs are cool and I love dogs. And yeah, I'm sorry, it's a little, yeah, it seems low energy, but yeah. So yeah, here I'm just so here I'm just bam bam shim sham making it all just all fantastic and just bam, trying to get down some of the elements and just making that pop. What you want to do is make sure that it is completely closed off, but here I am just basically making a more refined thing. So for me, my process is usually make a throwaway version, basically a version that is semi blueprint, but just more of ideas. Then I have like a more blueprint like version, and that usually comes through like this. And that's what you saw just now. And now I'm trying to finalize it, and you can see that I'm doing more complete strokes, no more like stop in motion, which we like to call like sketching or scratching the paper. Uh, sorry about that. So yeah, I'm just trying to, you know, follow my guide, but not completely like, lock myself into that. As you see, I'm gonna add a little flare right there. So bam, there we go, a little piece that sticks out from the neck. Um, yeah, so that's that. Um, yeah, other than that, like it's just pretty much following this blueprint that I have. And now you can see like, well, wait, why did you go past the headphones? Well, because I'm gonna separate those two elements. Because I would like for the headphones to move with the dog, because the dog's head is gonna be moving up and down, because it's listening to music, it's just enjoying itself, having a good time. Um, but because I mean, it's different animation techniques, but this one I am gonna separate it because certain elements it's just easier to just animate by itself. And yeah, uh, that's more of advanced, because like I mean there's primary motion, then there's secondary motion, and then there's people will usually say like that's it, and there's just first motion and second motion. But I personally believe there's all types of like After Effects motions. Say for example, if you're punching somebody, or like you're drawing a character punching or walking. Walking would be the primary motion, the movement of the walk. The secondary motion would be like stuff like jewelry, clothing, the aftermath of that, and I'll show that later on in different lessons. This one is just a quick little thing to just get people involved. If you never did animations before, this is literally like simple. In animation world, this is almost kindergarten level. I would say like first grade or second grade. close to kindergarten level. The ball test. The ball test. Sounds hilarious if you're an adult. If you're a kid, then your innocence is intact, and I respect that. Um, yeah, but the ball test is pretty much the kindergarten of the kindergarten. That and or just moving a block around, like some Flash JPEGs type stuff. And yeah, let's not get into that just yet. But just gonna finalize this little area right here. Bam. And headphones. We got headphones. So yeah. Now, the most important thing. I mean, well, it's not really important. Important is depends on how much work you want to do in the future. But honestly, like it's better to leave everything closed off. And by closed off, I mean making sure if you have like a circle, if you draw a circle, the circle is closed. Like it doesn't matter how janky the circle is, the circle can have all types of dents, bumps, holes, diddly dads. Doesn't matter. But as long as the hole is closed, the circle is closed off and has no, segments in the line work, then it should be okay. As you can see, that little area right there with the little indentation, um, it doesn't matter. It just matters that everything is one solid piece. So right here, see, bam, and because of that, it's one solid piece. We get to color the whole entire thing, no hesitation. Um, I like this, but I think this is kind of plain. This is just me. Don't even worry about it on this aspect, but I'm gonna add a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my gosh, why am I like? But I want to just add a little bit of white to it, just to give it a little accent. I think this dog needs a little flair. So I'm gonna just do it around the face area, probably on that little tidbit right there, and bam. So I'm gonna just add a little white right there, and then we're gonna add just a little bit of white all over the place. So this is not the final version of it. It's just a little accent guide. So I'm staying away from the nose, but realistically, I'm gonna paint over the nose as I'm just gonna make the nose black, just like dogs' noses are, or technically like a deep gray, or depend on the dog. I've seen some dogs have like blue noses and like purple tongues, and it is cute, and I like that, and that's cool, I guess. Yeah. Um, so here I'm just gonna just smush this out. So once again, you can ignore this part. This is just me being the jerk that I am, and just needed to add a little flair to it. So I'm just gonna spread that little white around. If you're wondering what program this is, I probably should have said that and from the very beginning. Clip Art Studios, or it's technically Manga Studios. I mean, not really technically. It was the Manga Studios. Now it's technically Clip Art Studios. I still call it Manga Studio. It sounds so much better. But right here, I'm just blending it in. Okay, if you're wondering what I'm doing and why it looks like somewhat decent, is because I'm blending it in to make it like give a little accents, and not just accents. What's what I'm looking for? Give a little depth to the character. Once again, you do not need to do this. This step you could completely disregard, and from here on out, I would advise, if once again, if you're in like level 1, level 2, whatever, don't even like trip on this. The reason why I can do this much detail, because like if you know cartoons, if you watch cartoons, they seem to have like solid everything except for like certain aspects. Like if they have like a texture on it, the texture seems to move with them and all that good stuff. um it depends on what also animation that you're doing, but at the end of the day, this is pretty much this is overkill for what we're doing. I just kind of just got into it and just didn't. Sometimes you just don't know when to quit, like the jerk that I am. So I add a little white right there. I'm adding the black because once again, it's supposed to be grayish. I mean, if I want to be realistic, but since it's a cartoon, just I mean, I'm going for like a really simple cartoon look. So bam, a little white right there to add. And I already know that I'm not gonna see some of it, so I'm just like I'm not even trying to like really like make it look, I guess, beautiful. just making it, just making it. Um, yeah. So other than that, no, just chilling on it. Just chilling on it. Yeah. Uh, I may fast. No, I'm not gonna fast forward this part. I'll let you guys see the whole entire process. It's gonna take me a while to what's what I'm looking for, to really get over it. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna run the clock out just talking about random stuff. So um yeah, what you want to do here is literally just mainly ignore it. Okay, I may cut half this out, like, honestly. Let me rethink. Like, as it's going in front of me, I'm thinking, like, should I really cut this out or not? You know what? Nah, I'm not gonna cut it out. So here I'm gonna go to the headphones and bam. So we're gonna do the same thing. Just select all around it, and once again, if it's closed off. So see, if it's not completely closed off, you get that effect. See, it went inside the lines. It's not even like where it's supposed to be. All that good jazz, and that is just extra work. Um, but yeah, like that's a pure example. I mean, I don't think I did that on purpose. I'm pretty sure I did that, like, by accident. And then I think I got distracted around here just a little bit. Didn't That's what I was looking for. This is back when I was still learning how to do things and working with people and whatnot. So bam, getting that in there. Now I'm gonna take out that little element in between the headphones, only because of what I want the effect to do, because I want the environment and background to come out of it later. So I'm going to that little section in between there. But right now I'm just going to add a little bit of detail to the headphones itself, make it look at least decent, like kind of coolish. Because just plain one color headphones, I mean, they have it existing, but I mean, mostly when you see like things that are just like one color, sometimes like we think it's just like, oh yeah, it's one color, but realistically it's not. It's like different shades of that color, and sometimes that's good to look out for and all that good jazz. Um, I'm just gonna add a little bit of flair right here. So I just took down the opacity and just started, like, just to separate some elements. Um, I'm still using white and black, like just straight up white and black. I am not trying to go ham on this. And here I am taking out that little element in between to show just a little bit of deviation. And trust me, that's gonna help out a lot later. Um, yeah, so just gonna really focus on getting that motion down in a little bit, but still trying to figure out whether or not to add more or not to the overall layering of the process and junk. Yeah, so what are we looking at here? We are just what am I saying? We, like, I am Venom. Um, I am just trying to map out where exactly the motion is going to come in from. So here I'm setting up the timeline. Uh, Usually you want to go for something like, if you're just starting out, use whatever works, like timing, frame wise. Um, Frame rate is very important to later on lessons, but right now it kind of doesn't. Like, as long as you can make it work, mess with the frame rate. But to explain the frame rate is literally how fast do you play each picture. So the higher the frame rate means the more faster the picture um, like goes across the screen. So picture a flip book, right? Those little flip books that we have, like, as kids and whatnot. I'm positive they're still around. But if you grab a flip book and you, like, do it really fast, that would be like a fast frame rate. So that'd be like a high frame rate. So Like say if you just like take it, it's that's like what 20 seconds, 30 seconds per frame per I mean 30 frames per second. So that means that like you're flipping through the book really fast. But if you take like and you just like kind of flip it like a real book, like you take one page and you flip it and take one page and then you flip it and then you take one page and you flip it. I mean, it depends on how fast you can do it, but if you're doing it like really carefully, like you're not trying to damage the book, that would be a frame rate of like 1 frame per second. If that be, or at the very like say that's like the least you can do, and that is super slow. So like frame rate matters, but for what we're trying to do right now, just stick with something like simple, like 12 or don't go. I would say like depending on what you're trying to do, don't go too. I mean, if you're really trying to do something super simple, you could use whatever frame rate that you feel is appropriate. But the less pictures that you have, which are the frames, so basically each each frame is what we see in animation. So when we watch cartoons or anything like that has animation in it, or just actually in any media period that moves, you're watching frame rates. And if you look at the frame rate of most cartoons, it's like 24 frames per second, or but some of them like we get away with 12 frames per second, like South Park. And I mean, if you're a kid, you shouldn't be watching South Park, but I can't think of another one right now. But yeah, so I'm just taking that and I'm gonna bam. So right here, you can't really see it, but they're all in one. Like so, everything is on its own layer to a certain degree. So we have the layer for the line, we have the layer for the color of the dog, and then we have I think I did it on, I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure the color was on its own separate layer as well. So I grabbed the layer folder and then I just used a marquee tool to lasso around like the area I want to move. Once again, like this takes very little skill. Now you can see though there is some dysmorphia, like basically is bending and breaking. Like the neck just broke. I lost, like it's covering up that little detail right there. So basically what I do is that's what I'm looking for. So I take that, make a new frame. So we have one frame, and then I basically that's what I'm looking for. I have one frame, and what I do is basically just what's what we're looking for. I duplicate it. So now I take that one frame that we started off with and then duplicate that. And now because I have a duplicate of that, I looped around it and then brought it back down. So basically you're seeing the same dog, but realistically it's a different technically dog. So what I'm doing here is literally taking bits and pieces of it. So here I once again, this is like really simple stuff. These techniques, I mean, this workflow is not ideal for if you're for obviously like if you're going professional, if you're trying to draw like if you're trying to do something like Naruto or Dragon Ball Z or even Justice League or whatever type of animation. Yeah, this is not the process that you would normally. I mean, this is a process that you could do. Like it's like math. You can there's so many routes you can take to make an animation. Just like you could take so many routes just to get to like I mean to get two, for example, 2 plus 2 equals 4, 8 times. Wait, what was we doing? Like 4 divided by 8, or 8 divided by 4, you get 2. Man, my math is horrible right now. It's hard to do it in my head, but you get what I'm saying. Like there's so many ways to get to 2. There's so many ways to get to your solution on this. So yeah, so here, bam, bam. Now you're probably wondering what you saw earlier, the whole blue after image and the green after image. I'm gonna explain that just in a little bit. As soon as it pops up again. What I was doing there, and what is happening. What, but right now, like what you're seeing is the basic motion. So you see the head going up and the head going down, head going up, head going down. That's just me testing it out. Now you see that green after image and you see the blue after image, right? So these are what we like to call what's what I'm looking for. Um, I mean, you could call it after images. I mean, that's kind of what I call it. But the real technical term is like onion skin. So what the onion skin does is it peels back the layers um, of the animation itself. So whatever and like depending on what program you use, every program is different. Sometimes you could like up the onion skin to see so much into the future, so much into the past. But the basic anesthetic of it is it allows you to see where you're going and or where you're heading and both at the same time. Usually it's better to have both at the same time. It's mainly used for I mean, it's a heavily used tool for animation. It's the best. It's one of the best tools around for animation. Anything that can allow you to do onion skin, and even if your program does not have onion skin features, all you have to do is, as long as you can make layers, which almost every program can do now, um, especially in the art world, all you have to do is just lower the opacity, and bam, you got an onion skin. So you make a layer, you have one that you're working on that's at 100% or 85%, or just something where you can see it clearly or more prominently than the rest will help you out. Some people could work with it on different aspects, but yeah, this is just a basic rundown of it. So as you can see here, because I have the onion skin on, the blue is the past in this program and the green is the future. Other programs are slightly different. Sometimes, I mean, you can even change the color of the onion skin to fit whatever you want it to fit. Like you have your onion skin be blue, red, whatever. But yeah, every program is going to be different. I'm just going to say that straight up. But basically what you're seeing here is it really helps for in-betweening and just, I mean, just once again, animation in general. So bam. All I'm doing is just making sure to make the animation more smoother rather than just like a jolty, just head down, head up, head down, head up. I kind of want to bob in the neck, like the dog is obviously saying yes or nodding, but it's gonna be listening to music, so it's just nodding his head. So yeah, so I'm getting the current frame that we are on in between the other frames. So we have the frame that's going up, we have the frame that's going down, and we have a frame that goes up again. That frame later on, I'm gonna discard the second going up. I mean up frame, the normal frame, only because I want it to loop. Now I'll get into that just a little bit, but yeah. So here I'm just basically just taking my time figuring things out, trying to make it the neck look more appropriate. I don't necessarily really fix the neck, honestly. It just if you're looking for like a complete animation version of this, I never really complete. This was more of like a demonstration and a test um to the class to show them what you can do with this program and or just programs in general. uh yeah, it's very simple stuff, very simple stuff. So yeah, so bam, head up, prominent position, uh midway, and then back down. Now as you can see, look at that, like that's like a perfect example of onion skin right there. Like just it shows you where you're headed, where you're going, and where you're about to go. Wait, that doesn't make sense. I think I screwed that. Show you where you've been, where you are, and where you are about to go. That still sounds wrong. I don't know why that sounds wrong. I think I said it right the first time. I'm not. I don't pay attention to what I'm saying. Watch what I do. Watch what I do. Don't listen to me. But yeah, just real simple stuff. I mean, obviously, like I should probably leave this for like later. But if you have any questions or comments, please don't be afraid to ask. I may sometimes see this. I'm horrible with social media. I'm trying not to be. but that's just life. My life. Mm. Not really a big fan of getting on stuff and just blabbing around. I don't know. I hate showing off shit and stuff because people are just I just don't like show, like, honestly, like, I'm not a show off person. I mean, I can be, like, trust me, I can be. I just don't care. I just don't care. I think that's just like the main aspect. Like, I don't care about sharing my opinion with other people because, I mean, first off, like, why should I, like, I mean, if I thought it, then I thought it. That's it. Like, I'll share artwork, but other than that, my opinions on things I don't really share unless it's like super important to like shout out or whatever, or I feel like I just want to mess with some friends and just blow up their like, either make them more self-esteem or I don't know what I'm trying to say. But I mean, we have friends that we joke around with and just do stupid things with just to annoy them and or get their attention. So that's kind of what, like, I feel like social media is, and I have quite a few friends. Like, I mean, like, that's not like a brag. That just tells on myself. Like, I don't have that many friends. At least I don't think so. I probably do. Like, I don't keep track of them. Like, no, so I do not have like a friend counter. Like, there's no quota on friends. I'm cool with zero. No, I'm joking. Okay, we all need friends. We all need people. That's why we're doing this. But yeah. Anywho's, yeah. So, bam. You see the dog going down, down, and now as you can see, okay. To explain something about the onion skin once again is going on the current frame. So remember back when like we only had fewer frames, we had that little motion going on. Now that it's going up more, you're seeing that the onion skins are more closely layered to the dog's motion, right? Because we're adding more frames because they're showing the frames. So I think in total that's like what, 5 frames? Because once again, we're just going down and we're going up, and this may be a little bit more advanced, but on when you're trying to slow something down, you add more. When you're trying to slow something down, you add more frames. Some people would say like, "Oh, that doesn't make any sense. You're trying to add more. You're trying to slow it down. Shouldn't you speed it up? Or shouldn't you add less frames to to slow it down?" And that's not how it works. It goes by how fast you play. So think of back to the flip book. If you are flipping through the flip book and then you slow down how many pictures you're looking at, you're slowing down the frame rate, right? That's the same exact thing that you're kind of doing with adding more frames. You're slowing the whole entire image down. If that still doesn't make sense, I guess think of, okay, just I would say, like, if you really don't understand it, try and walk across like a room, right? Walk across the room very, like, just normal, just very normal, as normal as possible. I don't know why I put very normal in front of, like, just just walk across the room normal, and then try to run across the room. You'll see you get there quicker because your motion is a little bit faster. It seems like you're adding more effort to it, but realistically you're adding more effort energy wise, but on the outside, like, people see you moving faster because it's less motion. Like, it's, if you, oh my, okay, I think I'm messing this up, but I'm gonna stick with this analogy just because I already dug my hole. So if you were to walk slower, it's as if you're adding more frames. So, like, once again, so if you want to speed something up, take away frames. If you want to slow something down, you're gonna have to add more frames in comparison. So no matter what frame rate that you're in, no matter what you're doing in animation, just remember that key rule, if anything, that to slow something down, you add more frames, and to speed something up, you add less frames. It makes a quicker motion. Now, once again, it's probably going to be in a different lesson. to really what's the word I'm looking for, emphasize it. But I'm just gonna say it right now. It's also about like proximity. Not just okay. That's a big word. Just in case if we got some people that don't know that word, it's about distance. So if you want something to look like it's slowing down, as in velocity, as in speed, like if you see somebody starting to run rather than running, there's a little build up, and then there's a takeoff period, and in between those is it starts off closer. Like if it's going slower in speed wise, like not the animation itself, not the frame rate, but the character or the object or the thing or the whatever. If it's slowing down or if it's going slowly, the distance in between each frame is going to be very, very close, or closer than if it was going at a faster rate. So the faster it goes, the farther it gets from its previous position. So the last frame that it was on, the further it will be if you're going faster. If it's going slower or at the same pace, if you're going at the same pace, you got to make sure the distance is constant. So each frame distance is constant. But if it's going at a faster rate, then yeah. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. We got the head bob and whatnot. So I'm gonna explain what I did just back there. Once again, these are just 5 frames, and why is it looping like that? Is because we have that fifth frame. So we have the up frame, we have the down, we have the going down frames, then we have the going back up frames. And in between those, like I basically duplicated the first frame, which is this position, and I duplicated that so that way I have a goal of where I'm going back to when the head goes back up. Man, because of that, because I have that little extra duplicate frame, it has a little pause period. So it pauses for a split second and then the dog goes back down. Now I'm going to remove that frame so the dog can constantly just bob its head up and down, just like that. But I'm gonna make sure that the headphones fit as well. So the headphones is gonna move in its own. Now, once again, different programs have different things. This current program that I'm working on is Manga Studio. I can't remember what version this is. I think it's like I'm not gonna like say what version it is. I'm probably gonna just put it in the description. Uh, yeah. So as you can see here, I'm just gonna make sure that headphones, because remember, the headphones are a separate element. I'm gonna move the headphones into position each frame. So I'm basically duplicating the headphones each and every time and just moving it to the location of the basically where it's supposed to be. It's not gonna be perfect, but the reason why it works well for it not being perfect is for one reason only. I wanted it to be like a loose fitting headphones. Like I don't know. I just thought that would be kind of cool. In hindsight, it probably wasn't the best for demonstration purposes, but honestly, I like imperfections like that. Like, and just it gives a little flair. Like, the headphones are sliding on the dog. It's like obviously not fitting the dog correctly, but it's whatever. Um, yeah. So yeah, the headphone slide, ba ba, slides up, slides down, just moving it, just I'm pretty much just eyeballing it to make sure it fits the location, um, depending on where it's going. Theoretically, like some people, okay, if you were just seeing this for the first time, you'll think that hey, it would be better if the headphones like were exactly in the same position, and or if you're moving down you want to move down with it to a certain degree. But this may be a little advanced to say this, but what it all depends on weight distribution and gravity. So that's gonna be way later on, but there's gonna be uh I won't. This is where I come in and say like it's not just secondary motion. It's also like other effects that happen to it too. Like there's a delay to certain things and whatnot. Once again, like I mean, technical term for all of that is secondary motion, but I personally believe there is other aspects to it. Not other, like that's just me personally. But technical terms, secondary motion. There's other motions, uh, but once again, that's way advanced, and that's probably gonna be way later on. And if you want like that tutorial now, or I mean that thing now, let me know. All that good jazz, and blah blah blah. Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna be doing a little bit more of what's what we're looking for. These type of videos. I won't say like these type of videos, but like just these type of learning processes and blah blah blah. Um, this is I'm not gonna lie, like okay, obviously doing this is super simple. It's just talking about it in a more quote unquote e-friendly environment that really is hard for me. I do say some words a lot, and sometimes I just like to talk just out the mouth. Like I just don't like filter myself, and filtering myself is very hard, um, especially when I'm not in front of people. If I'm in front of like a classroom of kids and whatnot, then yeah, I can filter myself like wholeheartedly. But like it's like if I don't see if I don't see the people, then it's like hard to tell who's in front of me, and then the real me comes out. Um, some people are like, oh, well, aren't you real 24/7? Well, I mean, we live in society. I mean, I can't just do half the things that I do on my other videos. And check out my other videos if you're old enough. If you're over certain age limit, if you're ready to watch PG-13 type of stuff and or rated R content, then yeah, you can check out my other stuff. But if you are not, then stick with these because this is me. This is me. But yeah. Uh, so what I'm gonna do here is gonna do a little time skip because I don't think you should be looking at my be able to look at what I do and whatnot. So yeah, sometimes with these videos I forget that I have those elements where you get to see some of my artwork, like stuff that I'm not supposed to be showing off. Not because of the content is explicit. It's just it's stuff that is not ready, and I don't like to show off things that are not ready, and or I'm under contract not to show them off. So yeah, I get in trouble for that. I don't know. I'm telling you this. I just, if you're wondering for a time skip, whatever, I just wanted to be honest. It's not because I'm like, taking some time off to do some random stuff. It's literally because I'm not trying to show off, or there's usually a glitch in the system. So bam, we have that right there, and I'm gonna actually put the final version without this little program running in the background, and I'm gonna let that play out like right about now. And bam. So there you go, all in his glory and Jazz Magazzle. All right. Yeah, if you like the video, all that good stuff, like, subscribe, uh, shoot me a comment if you have any questions on what I did, how I did it. If you want me to do something more specific along to what you are more likely to use it for, or if you have any, once again, have any questions, please don't feel afraid to hit me up in the comments. I will get to you when I can. I don't normally check on my channel. It's not something I do regularly. I just put this up if students miss my class and they ask me to, yeah, all that good jazz. So, yeah, if you have any questions, once again, just don't be afraid to reach out. If you're one of my students, please don't say you're one of my students on the comments or whatever. Just hit me up in like the normal methods. If you're a rando on YouTube and has a question, comments are cool. As long as just don't be what's what I'm looking for. Please don't like don't be what's what I'm looking for. if you want to like make fun of me, that's cool. I'm cool with that. I could take a joke, but don't be rude. Like I mean, think of the kids. Think of the kids. All right, bye bye.